Well, hello again, Solis Wealth family. Greg Solis here for a special update. Thought I'd get out a little earlier than normal just because this market has been so crazy and I felt we need to get a message to you. Obviously, it's been a nutty time. We are back kind of retesting those lows. We had talked about how this could potentially happen. We had some optimism that maybe the worst was behind us and maybe we were moving forward, but inflation numbers came out. The Fed raised the rates another 75 basis points or 0.75%. And there's just a lot of real concern that the Fed is kind of behind the curve, not able to slow down the inflation numbers. And although we're plateauing on the inflation numbers measured by the consumer price index, the market just doesn't feel that it's been enough. Inflation is a real issue and it's a real concern, and the Fed is absolutely committed. They're more concerned about the inflation number than they are about the growth of the economy. And so what the market's doing now is it's trying to price in, if we go into a recession, which it's looking more and more like we might, is it going to be a deep recession that's going to be prolonged, or is it going to be kind of a soft landing and not a real deep recession? And of course, that'll affect corporate earnings, that'll affect stock prices. So you got to remember, the market's always looking out 6 to 12 months in advance. It's not looking at what's happening right now. It's looking at where are we going to be 6 to 12 months out. And so the market is pricing in what might be a recession and a little tougher environment for corporate America. But let me say this, and this is the main purpose of this video, is that I want you to remember that as long as I've been doing this, I'm celebrating 30 years, as you know, and all the bear markets that we've been through. If we go back to 1929, there has been 26 bear markets in our history. 26 of them. Guess what? The market has recovered 26 of 26 times. We do not believe that this is just going to be a complete financial meltdown and a financial collapse. If that happens, well, we're all going to kind of be in the same boat because it's not going to matter where we have our money. I believe in corporate America. I love what Warren Buffett said. Betting against America has never really paid off. I believe in the innovation. I believe there's a lot of good things going on out there. I believe in the American experiment and that we will recover from this bear market, and the economy, although it may slow down, it will be back. And so even though we're down about 23% on the S&P 500, the Nasdaq's down about 33% on the Nasdaq, in the bond market, as we know, with rates going up, the corporate bonds are down. High quality corporate bonds are down about 15%, and the aggregate bond index is down about 12 to 13%. So everything across the board has been down. And I will say this, over all the years of doing this, anyone who capitulates and sells while the markets are down, it never turns out well. So I want to encourage you to hold tight with the allocations. We're doing a lot behind the scenes to make sure that the portfolios are properly allocated. And this is a matter of time before I believe we recover and get back to where we were at the end of the year. Our business is very interesting. The markets are very interesting in that when the markets, very counterintuitive, when the markets are down, emotionally, we feel like we want to sell. When the markets are at all-time highs, that's when we want to buy. The reality is we should be doing the exact opposite. And that's why we've got this disciplined approach where we rebalance the portfolio to put it back into alignment, because that's forcing us to buy low, sell high. That's what we should be doing. I love what Warren Buffett says. I want to be fearful when everybody's greedy. I want to be greedy when everybody's fearful. And right now, there is a lot of fear out there. And so that leads me to believe there's so much bearishness, there's so much negativity. That is usually, in my 30 years of experience, that's usually when we're getting close to the bottom, and that usually presents a great buying opportunity. Certainly not a time to be selling. So, all things considered, as I've said before, our portfolios are holding up very well, and we're staying on top of things. But if you have concerns or questions, give us a call. But I know it's an unsettling time. It just is. It's a very challenging time, and the media is just all over the place. I suggest you try to turn off some of the noise. There's no point in you losing sleep. Let us deal with it. That's what we do. This is what we signed up for, and we believe over the long haul, you'll be just fine. So call us if you need us. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers, and you keep us in your thoughts and prayers as well. My very best to you and the family. We'll talk real soon. God bless.